Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
What is the task to create? First, we'll create a topic. Topics are which holds courses. Topics. Topic is an umbrella which will be holding courses. You say if you are creating a course for legal, a topic related to legal has to be there. All the courses related to legal will be under topic called legal. If you are creating the course something related to HR, there should be a topic which holds all the HR related courses. Under topic. For each of the category, you create a topic under which you will add a course to that. But you not create one topic for all the courses. Let's say a legal topic is there. You cannot place HER related courses and legal topic. Then the meaning will get changed. It will be kind of specific topic for each of the course type. I'm going to do the topic now. Create learning topic is a task that you'll be using. Create learning topic. And I can give legal and ethics. Legal and ethics, topic name. And you can place any kind of or delivered images. That provides some custom images. You can go to your local desktop, the custom images, those custom images. Since I have some delivered, one that worked there, I'm using the same and create a topic. Now I've created a topic called legal and ethics. Legal and ethics. This is the topic legal and ethics. And now I'm going to use this topic for my course that I'm going to create. Task called create courses. First we'll go with digital course and then we'll go for blended and then we'll go for a program. Program is a combination of multiple digital courses and multiple blended courses. First I'm going to the digital course. You will be getting requests from the requester. Basically, your learning team will be deciding which course that we need to have ready for onboarding an employee, for benefit enrollments, kind of things. Will create a course in team discussion and have it. Thank you. We have to fill up all the fields which are mandatory at least. The topic that we created before this time will be selecting them. That is legal and this is the one that we created. I've selected. And here, if you wanted to have employee needs, a kind of enrollment. Through enrollment, employee has to take a training. You need to check the checkbox. If you're not checking the checkbox and creating a course which does not require any enrollment, employee can directly go to the course, open that and take the training. But if we select this checkbox, it might require a kind of enrollment. We can configure some kind of approval flow to the enrollment. Let's say if the course has some cost associated, you cannot have the kind of permissions to directly enroll into that. That has to require a manager approval. Once a manager employee should be able to take that course. For such kind of cases, you check this checkbox and have employee to enroll into the course and then go for course taking. Keep on the case and you can keep this course status as open. And after a few years, you don't want to go with this, you can close this one. That's not necessary for employees, in that when they're selecting a code that they want to do in this module. When you are setting close to them, what is the course number? If you wanted to give a number, like something like this, you can give any kind of number that you wanted to pass. You can. There are a few options which are not mandatory but are good to understand. What are those things? Security category. If you wanted to have this course to be with a specific category. Let's say you're creating this for legal. If you wanted to have this legal to be specific to some legal team, not for all the employees, you'll be select that legal team security category here. Only legal team will be able to view this course. No other employee will not be able to. Legal group means a group of users. Let's say you belong to legal and I belong to legal. Look at this course. No other team will be able to access this course. We select that particular category. You'll be meeting a board. You'll be reaching out to Workday Security when asked, hey, we're creating a legal entity course for legal team. And we don't want to have all the employees to be accessing this course. Can you create a security category for legal that we can configure that other employees will not be able to access that course? You will be requesting security and they will be able to create that. Once they create that, you should be able to get that category in the instance. And skills, whether they're doing intermediate skills or what kind of skills that are required for this one. You will be adding this one. What kind of skills are required for this one? We can add this one and explore from recommendations, explore from search and browser. When you select this thing through any course that we create, we can search from the search bar. And also we can search from the report also. If you don't want to have it from the search and browser, you can select this one. And the moment we enter some related prefixes in the search bar, it will give the course. Let's say now I have created legal and employee legal and ethics training is what name I have been. If I enter employee legal, I think the moment I enter employee legal, the complete name will be related to this. If we should populate the complete name of the course, that's what it's saying. Explore from recommendations. If you don't want to have such kind of behavior, you can select. But you will not be able to get that in the search bar. The moment you are entering, you won't be able to get that. And language means we can create the course in different language. Different languages we can create. There are some things we'll be having recordings only in China. We can add languages in China. Do we have translation option here in Workday? We have translation by default that will take employee location based on employee location. And some of the payload options we have, let me see. Generally, you'll have here. You have something here which allows you to select display local language kind of thing. Based on the checkbox that you select, your local language will be populated here. You're seeing here good evening announcement kind of things. If you have selected your local language and you are in China, all these general things will be populated in Chinese language, including courses. No course name will not change, only general things. Good evening. This Monday. These are all the general homepage. Things will convert into these things. This will not go. Announcement will be populated as it is because that is reconfigured. Reconfigured, not provided by Workday. Whatever Workday delivered, things are there. Those names will get changed into original language. That's how we select. And when you select this inactive, inactive is nothing, but when you see that this code is no longer needed, that no one will be able to enroll into this course. And who is the contact person for this course? Kind of course owner, I can say. Who is creating the course? Portioner is nothing but who manages the particular course enrollments and assign credits. All these things you should be able to find them. Since it got refreshed, now we will need to create again. This is all. If you wanted to exclude from the recommendation in the course name, you can access this. And if you don't want this to be closed into search bar, you can select this. And if you want this to be discussed, you mark as inactive that no employee will be able to enroll into this. You can select this as inactive and contacts. Contacts is nothing, but who will be the course owner for this? That person will be taking care of reaching out to employees. Hey, you have not completed this course, and this course has past due timelines. Please complete this email. The course owner will be sending, and that course owner will be able to send. Let's say if employee is not seeing any kind of completions around employee, by getting into this Workday, employee can reach out to course owner from the checklist and get any kind of clarifications or questions resolved. Time value, how much time this course will take. We have minutes, hours, days and weeks. You can go. Duration to complete the course. No, not complete the course. Duration of the course. It will take if start complete. It will take 1 hour time or 2 hours time. How much time it will take? That's the kind of duration. Got it? There are a few things that you need to remember here. Mostly you will use the option called cost. Cost is there. Whenever you wanted to have cost to be created, it has cost to be added. Add something called create. You will not do this. Create sales item is not your task. This is something in finance team task. They use this one and create sales item which will be populated in the list. You can see all the sales. List of sales item will be seen here. Once sales item is created, you will be seeing in the list. And similarly, you will be providing your request to some of the finance team who will be creating sales item. And revenue category is also something in finance team will be taking care of, and select anything related to the existing thing. And I can give cost to sales item pricing. If I wanted to unit cost to $100, unit price to 200. We can select the currency. Currency. Also, currency automatically be populated in the USG, which will be converted into your local currency. You need to measure hours. Now I have added cost to the course. Now, if anyone wanted to take this course, it will be costing around $200. Around 200 has got added here. And then adding a lesson. That's important. I told you. By now, Chrome files, PDF files, if you wanted to send any Zoom URL, WebEx URL kind of things, this is where you'll be selecting all those things. If you wanted to send this training through Zoom URL, select external content. We'll provide external URL here. We'll just Zoom URL and provide this and submit this. You'll be seeing this URL and they'll be able to click on it and access the course. And similarly, we have media, which is nothing but recorded videos. And any kind of Chrome files. You would have heard something called Chrome files. Those Chrome files can be attached here. You can attach from your local desktop or you can load them into Workday and call them into here. I'll show how you can add them into Workday and then call it here. First, before you pick it from here, there is something called Drive. You can load your profile into Drive. In Drive, you'll first load your Chrome files. Access Chrome files. You can create a separate folder. Workday Legal. An ethics folder you'll create. And attach some kind of a Scrum files here. I don't have any Scrum files. I'll attach normal files. In this scenario, you'll attach your Scrum files. Since I've selected Excel files, but in the real case, you'll be selecting Scrum files. I've created a folder and attached documents here. Now I want it to have. You can see this folder has got created. Now I can call this file into the course action. Drive, you can give drive. Click on this. Select any of the files and click on it. In the real scenario, you'll upload a Scrum file. Now you've created a lesson with Scrum file. And submit this file. Also submit this. This course gets created in Word. Now as a learner, if I wanted to go and find this course, I'd click on View Apps. Go to the Nana icon. It should look like it's used for learning. Not discover. This is the legal course we created. And since we checked the checkbox called Enroll, we're seeing Enroll option. If you select Enroll checkbox, we will not see this one. And since the duration that we have given is 60 minutes, we are seeing this 60 minutes. And this is the course details. If you would have shared any additional course details, that will be populated here. Where is the file? Which one? File the lesson. If I click Enroll, once I click on Enroll, then only I will get them. It prints for manager approval. The kind of process is there. Since this is related to cost rate, cost is associated with this one. It has went for manager approval. I'll get this approved from manager. A proxy is one of the manager and approve the enrollment. You can see they approve this. You know event has got approved. What about the proxy? Did we talk about proxy in last session? Not. Proxy is nothing but where you can proxy as another person. Let's say now you're there. You're a learning administrator and I'm not a learning administrator, but I'm a Workday developer. Now your team has asked me, hey, Amit, I wanted to create some kind of process. And I wanted to have a business process configured. The moment Roy submits the enrollment, it has to go for manager approval. This kind of request you'll be placing with me, and I'll test that one. I'll configure and I'll be testing as you, since you know you're the requester. Ensure that you know that with your access is working fine or not. I get a proxy access. I'll be proxying as you and will do a kind of transaction and ensure that it is going for approval process. And I just following the approval process. The proxy is nothing but which, on your behalf, I'll be able to access your login to test any kind of functionality that you have requested. Even I have this in my current LMS, we call it impersonate. Oh, impersonate? Similar kind of things. We will take an action on behalf of an employee and user kind of things. Now I proxy out as an employee and we'll see whether I can go to the enrollment now. Enroll role is completed. You are learning. I need to go as a learner. Yes, it was close. Now, if you click on course, I'll be getting a spreadsheet. You can see whatever spreadsheet that I have attached. I should be getting it. This is how we are doing in test tenant. I was able to upload that. But in general scenario, in actual tenant, you will be getting video. Can I play here itself or I have to play here? You can play here itself. You can play here itself and a new window will be opening. And from that window, you can play that. That's how you create a course now. Now we are aware of creating a course, assigning a lesson, assigning some kind of external content, URL kind of things, and go for any kind of what it will do. And creating topics is one thing that we have done, and my logic in the business process we have seen. That's how this is a course. Now we try to create a blended course. Clear on the digital course. Yes. The same kind of class values. Create course. I said type as blended. Since this is a little different, everything is in person. You need to provide your instructor all these things you need to provide. Since it is an instructor-led training, which is a classroom kind of training. Then the name as transport. Transport. We need to have a separate topic for this, but I'll say that since you know how to create a topic, I'll select this one only. But in general scenario, you'll have separate topics for transport. Here in blended course, now we have an option. How many numbers you can restrict? If you wanted to have only 10 members in the classroom, you can restrict minimum enrollment capacity and maximum enrollment capacity. You can do this. You wanted to have at least minimum 5 members to start the classroom training, and maximum you need to have should not be greater than 10. This one and waitlist capacity. If I give two other kind of waitlist capacity, it will be showing a kind of a list for you to wait. If there are 2 members, before you enroll, it will show you where you have to waitlist capacity, kind of things. But if you don't want to have, you can set unlimited capacity. Unlimited means it's open to any number. Or maximum, I mean it's unlimited. It's no specific. It's not specific. Any number of employees can enroll into this. Same options. What we have seen there. Same option. You can see here. And disabled express interest. If you wanted to have some kind of option enable express interest or enable disabled express interest. Some kind of option you will be seeing. Not sure your interest in accepting this by taking off the checkbox. If you're not agreeing this set of checkbox, some kind of options we've been seeing. Similar kind of things as being. This is a good expression. Just by enabling this option, the learner can express their interest. And from many blended courses, it has to be effective. By default, you will see today's date. And from today's date, this course will be effective. I'm questioning. Can I have multiple days? For example, if I have session and it keeps continued till next week or daily basis, something like that. Which one? Can you come again? Can I add series of sessions? Daily wise. You're saying, for example, now this is the course, transport and the employment policies. In one day, I can't complete all the policy, transport policy. What I do? I will take 1 hour every day and we will have a couple of hours and complete that training for my users. In that case, how can I give the start date and end date? As an employee. For this thing, blended courses. If it is something in person, you don't have a kind of specific date because you need to be available in person to date. The reason why you're seeing effective date here is from this date, from 18th of March, your course is effective. From this date, your course will be available in the system. If I try to find this course on 3/17, I will not be able to find it because this course is effective from 3/18. From that particular date, you will be able to access this course. And if you wanted to have any kind of date range based thing, probably once we are done the campaign, you can give campaign dates. Something called a campaign, where you can do some kind of customization. Can you show me the drop down for a time value? You have minutes, hours kind of things. Can I add timings also start time? No, you cannot add time starting. You have minutes and all. From there you can track. These are the only options that you can select, but you cannot schedule anything outside of this. Windows these months before expiration. If you send an expiration date before it goes, auto delete. If you have created and the course, after 2 or 3 months you feel that you don't want to have all the employees to be working under this huge course. You'll be setting up that kind of expiration. If you don't want to have today you're creating and next month, and you don't want to have this course to be available just for 1 week or 1.5. You wanted to have this kind of course to be applicable and setting that as a kind of expiration. If you give few months before expiration, it will be seen a kind of expiration notification. Such kind of things will be required in this area. Advanced learning expiration for workers. We will not use this. Now, since you have created a blended course, we have some kind of things that you need to do. One is allowed instructors, allowed assessors, allowed locations. Allowed in the sense that 1 or 2 instructors will be assisting you, and the other assessors in the sense will be granting you credits. Credits in the sense kind of score, I can say. 1 credit is something which will give units. Such kind of things you can add instructors. The assessors and locations are typically same. I'll save it to any of the instructors because for blended courses, instruction is mandatory. I'll let some person randomly submit. Concept of the instructor. Because it's not an instructor, it's a classroom organization. It's not an old instructor for doing this. The instructor is not a node. This person does not have any kind of error. Basically, it takes based on the person who is added as an instructor who have an ability to maintain as a kind of course instruction, blended course. This is also you. Whenever you wanted to have blended course or whenever you're implementing the Work Direct, you'll give all the instructors list to Work Direct team members and they'll be creating list of instructors. And you can select them as an instructor when you're creating a blended course. Similarly, assessors also. Similarly, you'll go with assessors also. Now, blended course, you can go with multiple scenarios here. In person. The training is what you know that you're doing. Can I add multiple lessons? You can add multiple lessons. Let's say I'll add one more lesson. Second cursor we created, but we have not added this reason it was early. I'm doing something similar. We got blended course that is required if created. In order to find this, you need to find those kind of things. The quality of you'll be creating a blended course and then create a course offering, and that will be showing here. We'll be selecting course offerings. Starting with blended course. Now, the difference between digital course creation and blended course is whenever you're creating a lesson, but in digital course, you don't have an option called in-person classroom training. Blended course, you have an option to have in-person instructor course of option you have, which you'll be checking that. That's how we create a course and blended course. And the other thing is a program. We also have a program combination of multiple digital courses and multiple blended courses. digital and 3 blended, or you can have 1 sister and 4 blended kind of things. You can add anywhere that you can create a program. And when you assign this to employee, how it works is, once employee completes all the 5 or 6 courses, then only your program will be completed, or else your program will be in progress only. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.